Hi, Islanders. This is Hana from South Korea. I'm a published writer and a certified Korean language teacher. For me, letters are the most precious tools. They give a shape and life to my thoughts and my feelings. But I am thinking, what if we didn't have our own alphabet? There was a time when the Korean people had a voice but no script to write it down. A time when our heart and minds had to wear someone else's clothes. For over 1,000 years, we spoke in Korean, but we had to write in Chinese characters. Imagine saying 사랑해, which means I love you in Korea, but having to write the Chinese character 에. It was like wearing ill-fitting clothes. It was difficult to express the subtle details of our thoughts and feelings. Only the ruling class could master these Chinese characters. Most people couldn't even write their own names. They had a voice, but no power to record it. In that darkness, a great king's empathy began to shine. His name was King Sejong, 세종대왕. He was a king, but his heart was with the common people. He felt their pain when they suffered because they could not read or write. He believed that knowledge should not be a tool of power for the few. So in 1443, he made a decision. I will create our own script for our people. In 1446, this new alphabet, Hangeul, was announced to the world. It is one of the only scripts in history with a known creator and a clear record of its invention. And its design is brilliantly scientific. The consonants are shaped like the part of your mouth used to make the sounds. The vowels are a combination of three elements: a dot for the sky, a horizontal line for the earth, and a vertical line for the human. It was a system designed to be easy to learn and able to express almost every sound in the word. This wasn't just the invention of an alphabet. It was the greatest act of comfort and solidarity in our history. It was a king telling his people it's okay to tell your own story. But this script, born of empathy, faced its darkest chapter during the Japanese colonial period. A brutal occupation that lasted for 35 years from 1910 to 1945. The Japanese Empire knew that the most effective way to erase the Korean spirit was to take away our language. They banned the Korean language from schools and forced us to take Japanese names. Taking away a language is taking away the freedom to think. It is a deep form of violence that says you are not allowed to be you. But even in that darkness, our ancestors risked their lives to protect our voice. Scholars from the Korean Language Society were arrested and tortured in 1942 for secretly working on the first comprehensive Korean dictionary. They threw their bodies on the line to protect the soul of our nation. Poets and writers kept the flame of resistance alive by writing in Hangeul. The poet Yoon Dong-ju is a powerful example. He was arrested for his involvement in the independent movement. It is known that in February 1945, just 6 months before liberation, he died in Japanese prison at the age of 27 as a victim of medical experiments linked to the infamous Unit 731. His body was lost, but the poems he left behind in Hangeul live on in our hearts forever. The story of poet Yoon Dong-ju was made into a movie called Dong-ju, the Portrait of a Poet, starring actor Kang Han-il. And here lies a small miracle. After 35 years of brutal occupation, Korean did not lose its language. Think about so many other countries that were colonized. Many of them now use English, French, or Spanish as their official language. Their native tongues are faded or disappeared completely. So, how did we, a small nation, manage to protect our voice? It was because our ancestors believed that our language was the very soul of our nation, and they were willing to die for it. Hangul, a script we had to fight and bleed for, is now, ironically, becoming a new light for other people who don't have a script of their own. In 2009, the Chia tribe in Indonesia, who had their own language but no alphabet to write it, officially adopted Hangul. Now their children learn their history, their songs, and their soul in their own language, written in our script, Hangul. And most recently, few weeks ago in 2025, Hangul became a voice for the world in another way. Citizens in Indonesia were protesting against corruption. The government tried to censor their voice on social media. So the young people of Indonesia, familiar with K culture, started a brilliant form of resistance. They began transcribing their own language into Hangul letter by letter based purely on its sounds. A sentence criticizing the government was transformed into a secret code that the AI censor couldn't understand. Their message of resistance spread freely. Hangul that King Sejong created for the voiceless is now, centuries later, a tool of freedom for citizens in another country to speak out against oppression. And this power, the soul of our script, has finally been recognized at the highest level imaginable. In 2024, author Hangeul became the first Korean to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. A story written in our alphabet, born from a king's empathy and protected through the darkest of times, was now honored with the most prestigious award in the world. The voice that was once almost silenced was now a voice the entire world was celebrating. Just as a person who has overcome their deepest wounds can heal the wounds of others, our alphabet Hangul, which endured the pain of oppression, is now helping to set others free. And so today I write in this great script to find my own most honest voice and to become a small lighthouse for other islands who feel lost. Hangul is not just a tool to communicate. It is the identity, the history, and the soul of a people. The power to have your own voice. That is the true beginning of freedom. That's my story for today. I hope you could feel a little bit of the beauty and the power within Hangul. If you found this story meaningful, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and join our community of islanders. And if you have any questions about me or life in Korea or the Korean language, let me know in the comments down below. Welcome to Hana's Island. You are safe here now. I will see you soon. Bye for now.